We got to talk about it. We got to. Um, Today is Monday, the 8th, the 9th, Monday, June 9th. And another shooting happened in Mobile. I'm not here to have the same old conversation that some people are having. I'm here to just shed light. And I keep hearing this: the police have got to do something, the city got to do something. I'm gonna come back to that because I don't think it's solely on the city. I'm just gonna be honest. All right, so let's talk about it. Mother shot dead by son, who was then killed by brother. Mobile police say. So this happened Sunday. So it says Mobile police say a mother is dead at the hands of one of her sons, who was then killed by her other son during an incident on Ross Street Sunday. Police said it was about 5:39 p.m. when the officers responded to the 1200 block of Ross Street and discovered two victims dead inside a home. The deceased have been identified as Tracy McDuffie, 52, and Brandon McDuffie, 25, police said. The MPD, Mobile Police Department, said its investigation revealed that Brandon McDuffie fatally shot his mother, Tracy McDuffie, and then Tracy's other son discovered what occurred. At that point, Brandon McDuffie shot towards the other son, causing the other son to defend himself by shooting Brandon, police said. The death of Tracy McDuffie is abated by the death of Brandon McDuffie, police said, and the death of Brandon McDuffie will be presented to a grand jury. Uh, First off, I want to give condolences to all involved in this. This is horrible. And what's scary is I'm hearing this isn't even the first instance of this magnitude of violence of sons against mothers. There was an incident some time ago where something similar happened, where the brother unalived the other brother in defense of the mother. This is horrible, man. Rest in peace, Miss Tracy. And the other part is everybody involved is so young. 52 and 25 is crazy for a domestic double murdered almost situation. Um, so let's talk about the comments about this, right? So the first thing we're going to say is, when is this going to stop? We got to get back together. I want to put a footnote in that right now. So when we have to acknowledge that there is a mental health problem going on right now, right? And I know it's Men's Mental Health Month, and I'm not finna put all of this on mental health. I'm not finna use that as an scapegoat, but I'm saying there is a recurring theme with the young black men, and specifically with this being the month, and then us seeing a spike. And the summer just really started, which is terrifying. That we always joke that people start tripping when summer, when the summer season kicks in. We notice that crime goes up a little bit, and we say it's because it's hot that people's patience is low. But this is horrifying. It makes you want to just sit inside and not go anywhere. And then the fact that it was against his mother, it just scares me because if you felt that strongly about your mom, man, like how did you feel about the other world? Like I'm genuinely concerned what was going on with that young man. Like how did we fail him? Right? Because this outcome occurred where three people specifically to start with, their lives are ruined by this because the other son lost his mom. Like and I don't know how old the other gentleman is. I don't know if he has a family, but now they got to be presented to a grand jury, and it might have been retaliation, it might have been self defense, but I pray for all those involved, man. But instead of putting it all off on the city to do something, or talking about how relaxed the gun laws have gotten, which Ivy did do. I'm going to be the first to admit, I think revoking the permit situation was crazy. The concealed carry permit revoke, I thought that was nuts. I knew this was going to become the Wild Wild West when this happened, when that happened. But how can we talk to these young folks like that? The age of the YNs ain't gonna listen. Like, nah, that's dead, bro. People are families are being ruined by this. So reach one, teach one, man. Like, even going as far as just speaking, like, I know that some of the younger generation don't know how to engage interpersonally. So just have to like show love, man. We have to start showing patience. And the jokes about the YNs, I'm pretty sure they're hearing it. And I'm pretty sure if I was them, if you basically telling me fuck me because of my age group, I would feel a divide. I would feel a way, you know? And imagine in the era of technology, hearing that so much is it does something to a person, right? It changes your mindset. It makes you less receptive to those older than you. So I think we got to start embracing. Just go and talk to them. They're people. We were once young, man. Like it's and that's what's so crazy. It's that we think we're so far removed from them because of some of the things we see with outliers, but there are people doing heinous crimes our age. And I'm coming from the big 37, 38. I'm a millennial, and I'm recognizing that there's a disconnect. I don't think it's cool anymore to run that running joke of, nah, they're too far gone. I don't think that's possible because a lot of people my age have children, and your sons and your daughters are around these at-risk youth. You don't want to lose yours because somebody crashed out. And I think arming ourselves isn't the solution. I think conversation is. I think genuine conversation with intent to lend an olive branch is more important now than ever. Because I'm gonna give you another example. I saw this other story that made the news, right? Another one. Let's go here. One woman dead and injured after a long street stabbing, right? We don't need to hear it. So let's read this one. A 22-year-old woman died at a local hospital after her and her mother were stabbed during an incident Sunday at a Mobile apartment complex. The Mobile Police Department said it was about 6:30 p.m. when officers responded to 110 apartments at 110th Lawn Street. They found two victims with injuries, one which was life-threatening. The two female victims were transported to local hospitals where one of the victims succumbed to her injuries a short time later. The deceased victim has been identified as Jordan Jones, 22. The investigations revealed that Jordan Jones and her mother were at a location retrieving belongings when an argument ensued with a former roommate. The argument turned physical, and the roommate armed herself with a knife, ultimately stabbing the woman, police said. The case will be presented to a grand jury. What is happening where roommates are stabbing each other? I can understand falling out. Falling out happens. Your roommate, sometimes you don't like living with folks and you're young, like personalities clash, might have gotten to a fight. You know what I'm saying? Might have had some strong words, but for someone to stab you and her mother, like what is happening? Now, my prayers go out to the family. I'm going to keep my eyes glued for more details. But man, there's a conversation need to be had. Like now more than ever, conflict oh God, I'm getting tongue tied. I'm so passionate. Conflict resolution is more important now than ever. I don't mean avoidance. I don't mean cut them off and never tell them why. I mean genuinely sit down, let's hash this out and figure out what. Cooler heads are going to prevail. And sometimes you might need a mediator. And sometimes you aren't the best person to mediate. Know when you're an instigator and not a mediator. Because other people on the outside can make shit worse. I understand what the goal is. Do you want to preserve this relationship? Does somebody have to be the bad guy in this situation? Not always. Sometimes a split with friends or family can be amicable. Like we genuinely have to get away from the thought that everything has to be demonized and displayed for social media, because social media is just volatile. They're just going to blow up and make shit worse. So let's genuinely start looking up conflict resolution, identifying the problem, seeing what the breakdown in communication was, finding a solution that may have to compromise on both ends so that we could peacefully coexist. Because this is terrible, man. And I'm not pointing the finger at anyone, because again, I don't know the stories behind it, what's going on, but there's a trend, and the trend is young people and innocent people are dying. I think I saw somebody said 6 people in Mobile and Pritchard in 24 hours were murdered. That's fucking insane. 6 people gone. So what can we do? I just encourage everybody out there to just start brushing up on your knowledge. Like really, like genuinely start brushing up on your skills of talking to people. Because going out and telling these people what they should and shouldn't do, or talking to them reckless, can ultimately get you or someone else killed or harmed. So let's genuinely embrace with love. Like, we have to have a common ground that we are here to help, here to save, and here to make a difference, bro. We're not here to create a further divide. That shit can't work. The divide ain't working, obviously. But that being said, this has been your boy, sir. I got to get up out of here. Prayers to the family, and man, Mobile, we can fix this. We can fix this. It's going to be a long and arduous process, but change can happen. Be dope.